Hey, Cody here, how you doing? Now, the reason I'm making this video today is I want to talk to you about a brand new training program I've got coming out called Linked into Profits. Now, what that is I did a little test a few months ago. Now, as you know, I've been teaching LinkedIn for quite some time now, several years, and I've been using it in my own business for a number of years. So I thought a few months ago, well, how about if I offer it as a service out of my agency? How would that look? What would that work out like? So I offered LinkedIn as a service, a done-for-you service, and the results were pretty amazing. I was able to generate over $30,000 in the first 30 days offering it as a done-for-you service. So I told a few people about my results, and a lot of people have asked me to share how I did that and if I could teach you to do exactly the same thing. So let's just talk about offering LinkedIn as a service for a little bit, and let's see if it makes sense. So here's some of the advantages to what I see as offering LinkedIn as a service from your agency. Now, the first huge advantage when it comes to selling this stuff is there's no ad spend, right? There's zero ad spend. So that's a massive, massive advantage when it comes to talking to your prospects, to your prospective clients. When you can say, hey, the only thing it's going to cost you is this, and there's no ad spend on top of that, that is going to put you so far ahead of the people selling Facebook to them and so far ahead of the people selling AdWords, because they're going to say, hey, look, your management fee is $2,500 plus it's going to be another $2,500 or it's going to be another $5,000 or something like that. So a lot of people that I work with, they're a little bit squeamish about bringing up the ad spend. And I understand that, I really do. So the great thing about LinkedIn is there just is no ad spend, right? So that's the first great thing. Now, what that allows us to do, and for anyone who's been through my training, you know that I'm really big on the guarantee, right? Guarantee. The better the guarantee, the more business you're going to get. Obviously, if you can offer somebody legitimately a 100% money-back guarantee, then it really does become risk-free. And why wouldn't they try it if it was risk-free, right? Who wouldn't try it? So the problem is, though, when we do when we do Facebook or when we do AdWords or whatever, we really can't offer a 100% money-back guarantee, because here's the problem. We're not going to refund their ad spend, right? Even if we refund 100% of their managerial fee, then we're still not going to refund their ad spend, so it's really not a 100% money-back guarantee. It's more like a 50% money-back guarantee or something like that. Excuse my handwriting here. So that's a big problem. So we really can't offer a risk-free guarantee at all, right? Because we're not going to give them their ad spend back. That's all there is to it. Now, the second problem is a lot of people are using contractors, right? Contractors to do the fulfillment. Now, if your contractor's costing $800 a month or whatever, or even $500 a month or whatever they're costing, your contractor's not going to give you that money back either. So now it becomes really, really difficult to offer a risk-free guarantee, if not impossible, because we're not going to pay their ad spend back and the contractors are not going to give their feedback as well. So it makes it virtually impossible to get a great guarantee going on. And a lot of people I've spoken with see this as a real problem, and rightly so. I can concur with that. I agree with that. So the first thing here with offering LinkedIn as a service, results aside, now the results we get to clients are amazing. We'll talk about that in a minute, but let's not even worry about that right now. Let's just look at the logistics of offering this. There's literally no ad spend, so that's going to be very, very attractive to a client, because we can just say, hey, look, there is only one fee, that's it, and if it doesn't work out, we'll give you your money back. Because here's the next thing. Let's clean this up just a little bit before we go on. Here's the next thing, right? We can automate, right? Now what this equals is, let's change the color here to keep it nice and easy. That means automation equals scale, and scale, get my pens here, equals dollars, right? So what do you want to do? Do you want to have a business that's very intensive, very labor intensive, very hands-on? You've got to have contractors doing it, or you're using a lot of your own time to do it? Or do you want a business that you can automate, let's say 90%? You can't automate the whole thing, we've still got to do some work, but we can automate the majority of the process. And this is how I was able to get to 30K in 30 days, or at least part of how I was able to get to 30K in 30 days. The first reason was, I could make it very attractive to people. I could make a very, very attractive offer. And the second thing was I can automate. Now, look, if you're offering Facebook ads or Google AdWords as a service, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to take on 15 to 20 clients in a 30-day period, because the wheels are just going to fall off the bus, right? But not with this, because it's a very, very simple process, right? And there's no landing pages, no funnels. Let's draw a picture of a funnel there, right? No funnels. It's just simple, straightforward, direct response marketing inside of LinkedIn, and we can automate most of that process. Now, let's just clean this up again here just a little bit, so we've got a little bit of space left. Now, I've tested the price on this. I tested it I've tested everywhere from starting at $1,000 a month all the way up to $3,000 a month. And easy to sell at $1,000, not quite so easy at $3,000. I found $2,000 a month was a really nice spot for me. That made it worth my while, and the clients felt like they were getting value for money at that point. And look, let's be realistic. You might think, well, $2,000, that's a lot of money, but let's look at it again. Let's look at that. So let's say somebody's offering a Facebook service. Their management fee is going to be like $1,500, right? Something like that, somewhere around there, give or take. Let's say it's $1,000 even, right? That means maximum they're going to get $1,000 on ads, maximum. So right away, 50% of their budget has gone on management. It's not gone on advertising at all. So they're really not going to get a lot for their money, particularly if they're just starting out. You've got to dial the campaign in, you've got to optimize it, all that kind of stuff. The client is not going to get a lot for their money at the $2,000 price point. But with us, at that $2,000 price point, they're going to get a lot for their money, right? They're going to get results. They're going to get results for their money. And of course, if it doesn't work out, we can promise them the guarantee. So we make this risk-free, no-brainer. No-brainer. Right, now you're probably asking, well, did you have to give any refunds during that 30-day period? And the answer to that question is yes, I gave 2 refunds. 2 refunds, right? At, I think it was $1,000 clients. And you know what? Big deal. So it doesn't make a difference to me, right? By giving this guarantee here, by making it risk-free, I was able to get probably around 20 clients, I think it was. We'll have a look at the numbers here in a little bit. And out of that, I had to give 2 refunds. It's just the cost of doing business right now. You're not going to please everybody. That's all there is to it. It doesn't matter what service you offer. If you deal with enough people, you're going to come across somebody who's not happy with you. But it doesn't matter. Look, even at 2 refunds, just being completely transparent and honest with you there, it doesn't matter, because how much of this $30,000 would have said no had I not made it risk-free for them, right? How many? It would have been very difficult to do $30,000 in sales without making it risk-free. So I just don't worry about that at all. Now, let me just clean up again here a little bit. Now, the next major benefit of LinkedIn as a service is that it's this right here. Nobody is doing it, right? Nobody is doing it. Or very, very few people are doing it. You very rarely come across someone who's offering LinkedIn as a done-for-you service. You'll come across a ton of people who are offering AdWords. You'll come across a ton of people that are offering Facebook and Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So what we've got here is virgin ground. This is, in my opinion, this is the next big thing, right? LinkedIn is going to be the next big thing. It's where everybody's going to shift to. Now, here's another big example as well, is options. Most B2B businesses have limited options. Now, Facebook's great for generating B2C clients. So if you're in legal, dental, all the basic ones that everybody thinks of, or if you're selling e-commerce stuff, then, Facebook's going to be brilliant for that, right? But if you're a serious B2B business, let's say you're selling high-ticket IT services, ITS, then you're not going to find your audience on Facebook. It's not going to be there, right? Someone who's selling a $20,000 to $100,000 IT solution to another business, we are not going to find their audience on Facebook. It's not going to happen. You're not going to reach IT directors on Facebook, and even if you can, before anybody says anything, you're not going to reach them in significant enough numbers, particularly now, seeing as they've taken out the job title targeting right in Facebook. But LinkedIn, piece of cake. Piece of cake. We just go into the LinkedIn search, just do a little magnifying glass there, and we find all the IT directors and IT professionals that we're looking for, and we simply send out a message to them. So this IT company that's looking to reach a B2B audience, a technology audience, they're not going to reach their audience on Facebook. Now, can they reach them on Google? Let's put Google down here. The Google. Can they reach them on Google? Well, look, they can, but the problem is, for a lot of IT services, they're going to be paying $50 to $100 plus per click, right? So again, when we're talking about, say, a $2,000 a month fee that you're charging, they're not going to get anything on Google for that. So at $100 a click, that $2,000 is only going to buy 20 clicks. That's all it's going to buy. And that's without any management fee whatsoever. So that's going to be very, very difficult to get any kind of traction at all. These guys don't really have an option. They can't go to Facebook, and AdWords is too expensive. But look, for $2,000, we can contact 800 to 1,000 IT directors of companies in their niche a month. They're going to eat that up. Look, let's just make a little bit of space here. So we're talking 20 clicks, right, on AdWords versus 800 targeted connections. Let's do a little like crosshair thing there. Targeted connections. These guys eat this up because they've got no option. They've got no alternative. And when you come and you're talking to these guys about reaching 800 IT directors, 800 C-level executives for $2,000, they're going to bite your hand off. Now, that's just one industry I'm using as an example. There are lots and lots of other industries that are in exactly the same position. Their audience simply isn't on Facebook, and Google is very, very expensive. So this is really, really good for these guys. We're providing them a service that they need. We're providing them a service that isn't really available. We're bringing something to the market that's very fresh. We're delivering something that's easy for us to deliver. We can automate. We can get them great results. We can charge a pretty decent fee, and we don't have to do a huge amount of work to get that money. So this is just win-win all the way around. So this is why I've really focused here lately on delivering LinkedIn as a done-for-you service. Now, what have I got today? What has this got to do with you? Now, I've shared this with a few people, and a lot of people have asked me if I can teach them, show them how to do exactly the same thing. And the answer is yes, I'm going to do that, right? But I'm putting together a training program now. It's going to be called LinkedIn to Profits, how to turn LinkedIn into profits. And what I'm looking for today is beta testers to test out this new program for me and provide feedback. So I like to provide the best training out there. I like to provide the best training in the world. I pride myself on that. And the way we do that is we get beta testers to go through the training and provide feedback to where we can really iron it all out. Now, I've been through this process. I've been running LinkedIn as a service for around 3 months now. Very, very profitable. A lot of revenue coming to my business. But there's a lot of pitfalls. There's a lot of mistakes you can make. There's a lot of things you can do wrong. There's a lot of places you can drop the ball right. And I can tell you, I've made all the mistakes, and I've done everything that you don't want to do. So I'm going to share with you in this training how to avoid all of those mistakes, and really, really, instead of your learning curve being like this, we're going to shallow it out to where it's really relatively simple. So what we're going to offer here is, what to offer. Let's just clear this off quickly. So, what to offer, what exactly are we going to offer as a service, right? What are we going to offer? What are we going to tell people? What are they going to get? I'm going to show you how to onboard, how we deliver the service, how to deliver, all that kind of stuff. Basically, everything that you need to run LinkedIn as a service for your clients. And of course, the big one here, how to automate. Now, automation equals dollars, right? Automation equals scale. So this is huge. You can't really automate a Facebook business. You can't really automate an AdWords business. That's one of the drawbacks. Now, you can have outsourcers and you can have little pieces of software that'll do some of the tasks for you. But really, with LinkedIn, with Facebook and AdWords, this is pretty much out of the question. You really can't automate. So this is what gets me excited about the LinkedIn offer, is that we can automate the whole process. So what are we doing today? How do you become a beta tester? So what I'm offering today is a huge discount for anybody who wants to come on board and be a beta tester. So the reason I'm offering the discount is there's two reasons for that. One, you're going to have to wait just a little bit of time for the content to come out. We're talking about a week or so for the content to come out while I just put the final touches together. And the second thing I would like from anybody who wants to come on board as a beta tester is a feedback form at the end of it. I'd like to have your feedback so you can share with me exactly how the program needs to be improved, what we need to do to make it just the best it can possibly be. So this training, when it comes out, when it's released as a full training, not in beta, is going to be $1,997. It's going to be a premium training for sure. But for anybody who wants to jump on board today and join this as a beta tester, I'm going to offer you a 75% discount off this price here. So anybody who wants to jump on board and become a beta tester, I'm offering you the opportunity to get on board today for only $497. And that's going to give you access to the training as we're developing it, and you're also going to have access to the full training once it's no longer in beta. So you're going to get the best of both worlds here. So the really nice thing here, let's do a smiley face about this, is one, not only do you get a huge discount right off the bat, the second thing is you're going to get a jump start on everybody else. So once this comes out, this is going to be no problem to sell at $19.97, but you're going to be able to get in way ahead of everybody else. You're going to be able to go out there, you're going to be able to pick your niches, you're going to be able to get some traction in the marketplace before everybody else comes into it. So if you want to do this, I'm also going to offer 2 payments of $299 for anybody who wants to jump in but not quite able to do the $497 today. So you're going to have 2 options, either a one pay of $497, or you can jump in for 2 payments of $299, and that's going to get you into the beta tester program. That content will be released in just a few days from now. You're not going to have to wait very long at all, and then as soon as all the feedback comes in, we'll update the program, we'll make it version 1.1, and you'll have access to the full training program, the fully modified, the fully updated training program. Of course, you'll have access to every update that we do from now on. So this is not going to be available for very long. This is only going to be available to you for the next few days. We're going to close the beta tester program here in a couple of days. So if you want to do this, make sure you jump on now. You can get on board for 1 payment of $497 or just 2 payments of $299. So there's a link below this video. Click that link, sign up, and then I'll send you details on what's going to happen next once you're signed up. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the program.